Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers at 11th Hour Games, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 45. Mike answered a lot of good questions and gave us 3 leaks that we are going to check out here today. Now before we begin, you already know what I'm going to say. It's end of February, and I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. If you think I deserve it, I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to subscribe. Really helps push the channel forward in 2022. On top of that, I've officially started a Patreon, 6 different levels available. Become an instant VIP for ARPG with exclusive podcast content every single week. All right, as always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go. First question that actually caught my attention that I've never heard asked. Will Last Epoch work on Steam Deck?
I asked this last week, but has Last Epoch been tested on Steam Deck?
Great question.
I know someone has a Steam Deck. I don't know if they've actually tested Epoch on it yet. But like Steam Deck it's another platform that we have to support. We're not prepared to add an extra platform into our build pipelines right now. It also doesn't, so I don't know the full details of a Steam Deck's hardware and what things you need to have in your game to make it fully compatible with it, so you can say like, oh, it's appropriate for this. But there's little things like keyboard integration for typing in things like your name and your password, and then like making a new character for a character name and chat and things like that. Like none of that's implemented, which is why we can't say we have like full controller support, and why we can't like start pursuing console launches and things like that is because we don't have those things where you still do need a keyboard for certain aspects of the game, which means we can't really do a keyboardless device release yet, and those features are not a high priority for us. So until those features are in, there's no Steam Deck app release happening.
Not yet. I really liked this next question, and I'm gonna allow Mike to ramble for a little bit. Go.
The most efficient way to play Monoliths is to rush to the end of the Echo as fast as possible. Do you see that as a problem, maybe even a design flaw? Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, you want me to talk more about that? Yeah, probably. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's a big problem. I think part of the problem with that is that you are. There's a lot of problems with that in my mind. One of them is it promotes a very much go, move as fast as you can in a multiplayer scenario. If one person can move even 10% faster than another person, maybe like 20% faster than another person on average, then they're going to get to the end of that monolith and probably have enough time to finish whatever objective it is before you even get there. And the catch-up person is basically going to be just sitting there, running to the end, getting there just in time to watch it die, going to the next one, running to the end, getting the time to start watch it die, and going to the next one. And
True.
And that's no fun. Then on top of that, it really just encourages specific skills to go on bars. I think it reduces build diversity because a lot of it's built based on how fast can I move, and there's not a ton of different movement skills.
True.
Partially because movement skills have a very clear initial functionality, and building a full skill tree on a movement skill is really tough, especially when there's multiple movement skills in the same class and making them feel unique and all that sort of stuff. That's a different problem though. So there's definitely quite a few problems with it, yes. I think it also, you spend more time in loading screens. It's kind of a little thing, but I don't know, I don't like spending time in loading screens. I like spending time killing stuff and finding gear, right? And you might notice that when I play Monoliths, I don't really play that way, and it's kind of intentional. I'm part of it is I'm just sort of two-leg scavenge. Can't scavenge it.
Those are all fair points, Mike.
Yeah, you'll notice it's something that I generally play much more relaxed, and I kill stuff on my way to the target and everything like that. And part of that is because I'm kind of trying to show a little bit more of what a like an ideal play pattern would be for us. And it's kind of like how I enjoy playing the game more. And I'm not really trying to optimize my run, and I'm just sort of playing for fun and hanging out. So like I know I'm not really playing perfectly. If anyone's ever wondered that, if you're like, does Mike know he sucks at this? Yeah, Mike knows he sucks at this.
No. Well,
and it's more because I'm just I'm hanging out and talking and that sort of stuff. Anyways, we do have plans to incentivize playing more similarly to what I'm doing here, where I'm kind of killing stuff, I'm taking my time a little bit, and we know that there's different ways to incentivize that, and I don't really want to say what the total plan is because it could change and it's untested. It's not for 8.5. But yeah, that is definitely on our radar and something that we want to look at changing up a bit. Like, and there's other problems that I didn't go into as well with it, but there's a lot of problems associated with it. Some people really love that playstyle, and we don't want to make it impossible for people to play that way and have it be fun and not feel like they're completely losing out on what they're doing. So like, I personally I would like to see a system where if you are just rushing through everything, it's similar to, but slightly worse than, taking some time to kill things. In most cases. And I'm sure there'll be cases where people are like, oh, okay, well, this type of timeline, I just race to the end. This type of timeline, I kill every single thing in the whole zone. And like, if people are like really trying to min-max and having this like variable play style, so like, oh, this build is really good at killing things, so I'm gonna stop and kill things. Like, and have different play styles for different builds. I think that would be really healthy for the whole system. And that's sort of goals of what we're trying to accomplish with it. I don't know if that's all gonna come to fruition fully, but...
Okay, I allowed Mike to ramble for a little bit, but I really liked his answer because he hit all the points that drive us crazy. And what's important is what he said. There are plans to fix it, and you'll be able to do it both ways. You can go slow and kill every single mob, which would be the preferred route, or you can zoom past everything, and you could still get the rewards. It'll just be slightly less so that it gives more diversity as far as how people want to play. Great answer. Tease number 1.
A little tease.
My favorite.
Ooh, what's that?
What is that?
No, I'm painting baseboards and shelves and doors and things like that in my garage just out there, and the door's all open, and I put a space heater in there in order to keep the temperature up so the paint would dry faster, because it's just basically there's snow on the ground outside here. Yeah, so I wonder what this could be. It's pretty cool. Things do seem to be heating up in there.
I'm gonna guess Arena Champions Fight level. Looks good.
Here you go, Daedalus. The Daedalus said he was leaving early? Or is it Dahario?
Teaser number 2.
So this is the time lapse of Lena being drawn. Character art.
Whoa.
And like, you get to this point, you're like, oh, that looks great. It's basically done, right? And then like, so much detail still goes into it.
Damn.
So many of those little touches, and then like the light at the end just like, I don't know, makes it pop. I think it's really cool. I know it's like
good.
Way faster than it actually happens, and I know it takes a ton of time and skill and all that sort of stuff. And it's just, it's cool. I don't really understand it properly. I wish I was more knowledgeable about what's going on there, that I could.
I literally can't draw anything.
I could really describe what's going on better.
Looks good. All right, everyone, unfortunately, we have come to our final leak of the stream. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Mike to show this leak, and then I'm going to let him talk for a little bit about new catalysts that are going to be coming to the game, which makes me very excited because catalysts have been bad for a really long time. And being someone that loves Necro, or I guess I should say Acolyte, we need this upgrade. As always, Mike, thank you for continuing to do your Friday live streams. The community really appreciates it. It gives us an ability to connect with 11th Hour Games team and answer some good questions. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I've officially started a Patreon. All the likes, all the shares, all the views, everything is appreciated. But if you want to take it one step further and support me financially, first link in the description to become an Action RPG VIP and get access to exclusive content. All right, that's all I've got. Mike, take it away.
But I do have someone who's dressed to the nines to share with you. Tied you over a little bit. Ooh, ah. He fancy. Yeah, Nifty is, I can't see the name of it. I'm assuming it's Nifty and someone said that, so I assume you can see it on a big screen. Yeah, Nifty's great. He's, if anyone missed it, we had him on stream. Did a quick little Lich sketch on stream, which was awesome. Lizard asks, can you talk about the goals with the Catalyst rework? I'm really curious. We've got something bigger, I think, probably, lined up to share more details about Catalyst, similar to what we've done with all the other reworks for more specifics. I mean, the biggest goal is make more than 1-2-ish of them useful, you know, as it is now. And make them compete better with other options, I guess is the short answer. And a lot of that comes from just the fact that they are one of the last ones to get their updates. It means they haven't, like, almost all of the items got a power bump when they went through all the base types got a bit of a power bump when they went through the rework, and Catalysts hadn't gone through that yet, so they hadn't got that yet, so they've been falling by the wayside a lot. So making them functional in more builds, giving them more diversity, more options, making the mechanics more interesting. A lot of it is also, I think Catalysts are getting one of the biggest visual upgrades of all of the item types that we've gone through. Some of my favorite, at least. A lot of the Catalysts that were available before had potential to look cool and just like weren't quite there. These look really good. They look really good. Woo, no more handbags. I never said that, but yeah, well. There was they felt, so a lot of the Catalysts, the reason we did the handbags, and the reason they didn't like swing properly and nicely, a lot of that was partially because we were having a tough time with the animations, getting them to look good as more of a thing that like either hovered or like held, and like not have them just be like a rock you're holding in your hand and look kind of meh, you know. And having them swing and sit nicely, we were trying to do it with more natural physics stuff, but as soon as you start putting more bones in there, bones in the like physics system, it starts taking up a lot more performance problems, so we were cutting back there. And then by the time we figured out how to do a lot of those things, we were already into the reworks, and they're just late to the party, but it's gonna be worth the wait.